and they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million, and they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. And Brad Paisley, who sued Sony Records for $10 million. They owe me money, and they're trying to...
Do you regret ever getting involved in...
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old, because when I did MTV Cribs...
I'm sick of this. Sick of these people. I'm sick of these haters and jealous people in real life too. And when all I did was protect that girl, all I did.
The mysterious death of Aaron Carter could be related to Diddy. These are the types of headlines that have been popping up lately after shocking reports surfaced alleging that the feds are taking a closer look at Aaron's suspicious death and his past connection to Diddy.
It's just moments away from Aaron's very first performance in the UK in front of 10,000 screaming girls who, from the sounds of it, have got a bit of a crush on Aaron.
So the feds are reportedly getting ready to update Diddy's existing indictment and add more charges. And we're hearing they're now looking at all the suspicious deaths of people who had connections to Diddy, including the late teen idol Aaron Carter, who sadly passed away on November 5th, 2022, one day after Diddy's birthday. Aaron was a 2000s teen heartthrob and little brother of Backstreet Boys' Nick Carter. But after his early fame, he struggled a lot with mental health issues and substance use. And allegedly, this was all tied to some traumatic incidents from those early days in the industry. And now there are some photos resurfacing of young Aaron hanging around Diddy back in the day, and fans are speculating that Aaron may have been one of Diddy's youngest victims. But that's not all. See, Aaron was very vocal in the months leading up to his death, and he claimed he knew things about some powerful people in the industry. He posted a bunch of cryptic posts, and just before he was found unresponsive in a bathtub, Aaron reached out to none other than Kanye West, asking if they could talk. And here's where the rabbit hole gets even deeper. Kanye later claimed that Aaron was taken out by Harley Pasternak, Kanye's former personal trainer and rumored MK Ultra celebrity handler, who threatened Kanye he would institutionalize him.
And I don't want to hear from none of these Jewish talk about, oh, he's in an episode. Harley Pasternak followed me to the hotel. Here, kill Aaron Carter, and now they acting like they won't clear the Backstreet Boys sample.
Now, if you're wondering how this ties back to Diddy, well, Kanye's also claimed that Diddy threatened on behalf of unnamed Jewish people, and one of them was allegedly Harley Pasternak. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. The feds are now also reportedly looking into allegations of Diddy using poison as his method of choice to silence people. And Aaron Carter, Kim Porter, and Jamie Foxx are apparently the three individuals whose deaths, and near death in Jamie's case, are now being reinvestigated. And now, on top of that, sources are saying that Aaron was ready to spill some major secrets about Diddy, maybe even linking him to this rumored ring of Hollywood PDF files who target young entertainers. So could it be that Aaron knew something that was about to expose Diddy's cover? What exactly happened to Aaron in his final hours?
And I'm begging you and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. My realtor won't sell my house. They're all involved in this, and they're trying to keep me there.
Just when it seemed like Aaron Carter was getting his life back on track, news broke on November 5th, 2022 that he was found unresponsive in his home and declared DOA. Now, we know Aaron struggled with addiction and mental health issues for most of his adult life, but there were still a lot of unanswered questions about what really happened in his final moments. So at first, most people just assumed Aaron had relapsed and either OD'd or possibly taken his own life. The police also initially didn't consider his death suspicious. However, a ton of strange and disturbing details have come to light about Aaron's last hours over the past 2 years. The first police report claimed that a housekeeper found Aaron's body in his bathtub. However, the cause of death wasn't publicized right away. This article, published by the LA Times 2 days after Aaron's death, says that the LA County's coroner's office performed an autopsy on Aaron, but officials deferred declaring a cause of death pending chemical tests. Now, it usually takes a few weeks for the toxology report to be finalized. However, it wasn't until April 2023, 5 whole months after Aaron's death, that they finally shared the results with the public. That's when the LA County Medical Examiner coroner ruled that Aaron's death was accidental, citing drowning after taking and inhaling compressed gas. So when news first came out about Aaron's cause of death, most fans already assumed it was linked to substance use. Because for years, the headlines focused on his battles with addiction, and Aaron was always pretty open about it. On top of that, Aaron also dealt with ED and body shaming issues, and just a few years before he passed, he had to seek treatment for those struggles.
I have a hiatal hernia. I I have a stress condition. It's an eating disorder. How would you feel every 2 seconds seeing a tweet? You have AIDS. Go die. Oh, look at this head. Oh, kills. Kills. Look at my teeth. Beautiful. Right? Yeah. Look at my teeth. Yeah. Look at my face. I'm not a head. I've never touched it in my life. It's body shaming. It is the toughest thing to deal with. I get Voluma fillers, okay, to fill up my face.
So, because of all of Aaron's mental health struggles, some people also speculated that he might have taken his own life, especially since his relationship with his family was strained and he had almost no real support system around him. But then things started to take a weird turn, and a lot of people online started saying something seemed off about the official story. Fans started digging up old videos Aaron had posted in the days before his death, and in many of these videos, he talked about feeling unsafe in his home and being scared for his life.
9 days ago, Aaron Carter had this to say.
I'm afraid for my life. Anybody else have neighbors from hell, or am I the only one too? They don't observe an exclamation, sweetheart. None of them do. No, they don't. And that's why I'm just moving. My property is completely secluded. These neighbors have been the scariest, worst people. I was threatened by them, by a gang.
Now, to give you some more clues, it was reported that Aaron's neighbors, Anthony and Amanda Chaval, who were both medically trained, tried to help him after hearing a 911 call over a police scanner. But here's where things get strange. Aaron's house sitter refused to let them inside the house. According to the Daily Mail, Amanda, who's a registered nurse, grabbed her defibrillator bag and was ready to assist. But when they got to the door, the house sitter told them she couldn't let them in. Amanda later mentioned that the woman actually locked the front door and she could hear her running away from it. What makes this even weirder is that the house sitter apparently also tried to stop the police from getting inside when they showed up just minutes later. And you gotta admit, that's sketchy, because even if she didn't recognize the neighbors, why would she try to keep the police out? What if there was still a chance to save Aaron? But that's not all. There was another theory that involved Aaron's ex-fiancée, Melanie Martin. See, about a year before Aaron passed, it was reported that Aaron broke up with Melanie because he found out she was conspiring with his family to put him under conservatorship.
But apparently she was in communication with his family to put him under a conservatorship. Or at least that's what he thinks she's doing. Yes, the same type of conservatorship that Britney Spears fought years to get out of. So of course, Aaron Carter is very upset at Melanie Martin. They split up.
Melanie was also previously arrested for putting her hands on Aaron, and Aaron later revealed in a YouTube video exactly what Melanie had done to him.
My ex-girlfriend is now in jail for she ripped my trachea out. She ripped my arms open. She ripped my back open, and she punched me where I got my tooth pulling out of my mouth. So, and then hurt my trachea so bad that I can't speak.
Aaron eventually filed for a restraining order against Melanie, and he also filed for custody of their son. Now, it's not clear if Aaron and Melanie managed to work things out prior to his death, and some sources claim they reconnected right before his passing. However, fans thought it was weird that as soon as Aaron died, Melanie brought 2 moving trucks to the house where he was found. At the time, the police investigation was still ongoing, so it's pretty strange she was allowed to do that. Also, why did she need 2 truckloads when she didn't even live there full time?
And today, his kid's mother is here at the property with 2 moving trucks. As you guys can see, the sheriff's department, they are here as well.
So with all this sketchy stuff going on with Aaron's fiancée, some fans started speculating that she was also one of those paid Hollywood handlers. Now, as for Aaron's family, their relationship was always very toxic. Aaron previously accused his brother Nick of mistreating him, and he also claimed that their late sister Leslie did things to him she never meant to do when he was just 10 years old.
No, respect me. I'm gonna go to sleep at 12.
Okay, then go to sleep at 12.
But please no music.
You say this every night.
Yeah, but let me tell you something real quick. You gonna turn the music down and respect me.
Hey,
all right?
don't spit in my face,
all right?
dog. Don't
all
spit
right?
in my face.
All right?
Man.
You're gonna respect
Don't
me.
spit in my
You're gonna
face.
respect me.
Don't spit in my
You're gonna
face,
respect me.
Nick.
You're gonna
Don't
respect
spit
me.
in my face.
You're gonna
I'm
respect
sick of
me.
you doing this to me.
You're
Stop
gonna respect
it.
me.
Stop it.
You're gonna respect me.
Stop it. What are you doing?
You're gonna respect.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
You're gonna respect my
Get
house.
out of my room. What are you doing?
But hold up, because it gets even creepier from here. So some sources are saying that Hollywood elites, the same ones who have allegedly been protecting Diddy for years, were actually behind Aaron's tragic death. So apparently, Aaron was getting ready to expose the industry higher-ups right before he died. And the very last thing Aaron tweeted on November 4th, just one day before he was found unresponsive, was this: "Yo, Kanye, let's talk, man to man." So you probably remember how Kanye was catching major backlash in late 2022 for his comments about the people running Hollywood. He lost almost all of his business deals and half his money within weeks. But that wasn't even the worst part. Just days before Aaron tried reaching out to Kanye, Kanye exposed his personal trainer, Harley Pasternak, for threatening to institutionalize him. Kanye even shared text messages from Harley, and in one of them, Harley gave Kanye an ultimatum, saying he would either sit down and talk with him, or he'd send him to an institution where they medicate the crap out of you and go back to zombie land forever. Harley also added, "Play date with the kids just won't be the same." And if you're wondering how a celebrity personal trainer could have the power to institutionalize someone, well, it turns out Harley Pasternak used to work for the Canadian government's Department of National Defense. In fact, he was employed at a military facility that researched different substances and psychological operations. But it wasn't just Harley who was threatening Kanye after he started exposing the puppet masters in the industry. Kanye also revealed that Diddy was texting him nonstop and trying to meet him in person. At the same time, Harley was telling him he had to sit down with him and talk. Diddy texted Kanye several times asking for his address. However, Kanye didn't fall for it, and he wrote back, "This ain't a game. I'ma use you as an example to show the Jewish people that told you to call me that no one can threaten or influence me. I told you this was war. Now go on and get you some business." But just when we thought this whole story couldn't get any more disturbing, reports recently surfaced alleging that Diddy might have done something to Aaron when he was a young pop star. See, Aaron's mom and dad were one of those stage parents who pushed their son into the music industry way too early and left them in the care of managers and handlers. And word on the street is that Diddy targeted Aaron and pulled him into his world of wild parties. And allegedly, that's how Aaron's addiction to substances started. But now that the feds are reportedly starting to connect the dots between all these mysterious deaths of people who had connections to Diddy, maybe we'll finally get the real truth of what happened to Aaron Carter. Because you know what makes the story even more heartbreaking? Aaron might be just one of many boys Diddy targeted and traumatized.
And it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
And it's not something that we're trying to scare people, but it's a thought that it forces you to go, because you and I were forced at a young age. Me, because I was doing a lot of drugs, and I was actually so deep into it, and no one really knew that I was, my security was checking my pulse at night to see if I was alive,
This is funny to you guys? No, this is funny to you guys? Get out of here. Get out of here. No, seriously, get out of here. It's not funny, bro. Hello,